Hello everyone, I am Tanveer and you are watching YouTube channel Project Professional. This video is on aligning vision, mission, values with BSC and KPI in Honors Project Organization. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on the notifications. Now let us explain the terms. What is a vision? A vision is where we want to reach or what should be our destination. Means what should be the destination of an organization. Mission. How should we reach our destination? The way we should reach our destination. Then what are the values? Values are how should we do our business. Now the examples. Example of vision is like to be the best oil producer in the region. And then the example of mission, meet the clean energy market demand through sustained production. Now we come to the examples of values. The examples are like operation excellence, innovation, environment support, customer focused, continuous improvement, sustained quality, sustained production, and so on. Now let us explain the other terms like BSC and KPI. What is a BSC? BSC is Balanced Scorecard, that is department's performance measurement system. And KPI is Key Performance Indicator and its individual performance measurement system. Both BSC and KPI are performance measurement tools. When explaining further about the balanced scorecard, it's a department performance measurement system. We measure the performance of the department, how the department is doing, whether it's meeting its objective, whether any target set is being met, and like that. This balanced scorecard comprises of 4 perspectives, and they are customer perspective, financial perspective, internal or process perspective, and the last, the learning and growth. Then within each perspective, they have their own measure for performance. Then further, the measures may be lead or lag. Then then the performance is benchmarked by target, stretch, target, and threshold. Stretch is, we can say that excellent performance. Target is good performance, and threshold is satisfactory. This below threshold, it means lot of improvement is required. Measures are fixed on a yearly basis and they are generally evaluated quarterly. Then the key performance indicator KPI. This is an individual performance measurement system, contains different perspectives. Each perspective have their own measures for performance, and the measures for the target may be or objectives may be the lead or lag, or combination of lead and lag, and the performance is benchmarked by target, whether one is meeting the target or not. Measures are fixed every year and evaluated generally half yearly. Here what we see that an employee's performance, to measure the employee's performance, how an employee is performing, key performance indicators are attached to him, where he or she has, and each KPI have the target, and it is measured with, and it is evaluated whether he or she is meeting it or not. Now we see how the vision, mission, values are aligned with the BSC, or we can say even with the KPI, how they are aligned. Because an organization has a vision, mission, vision where it want to reach, how it want to reach, then they have certain goals and targets. In order to meet, the whole organization shall work as a team to attain those goals, target, vision. So within an organization, as per the organization structure, they are subdivided into different department, divisions, section, depending on the type of organization, the type of structure they choose. So each department have their own function. They contribute in a certain way to the organization objective, goals, vision. So the balanced scorecard utilizes the four perspectives to align with those vision, mission, values, target, objectives. What happens that the part of the responsibility with the particular department, which a particular department is responsible, a target is set to measure whether how they are performing to achieve that target, and those are reflected in balanced scorecard under the four perspectives. These these perspectives are further subdivided as stated earlier into the measure or the objectives, which may be lead or lag. We are using this word lead and lag every time. So what is lead and what is a lag measure? A lag measure is something which depend on the outcome of something. Like we have set a target that a project during this year, end of the year, will attain a certain progress percent. And at the end of the year, we evaluate whether it has attained it or not. So this measure is a lag measure, which depends on the past performance. Then we put certain measures like train the employee, give training to perform better. So depending on his rules and responsibility, or we train him on the safety aspect so that he work safely for his own safety and the organization and assets safety. And we set certain number of hours for him or certain number of training for him during the year so that he can gain expertise to a certain level. And those training at the end of the year, we evaluate out of those set target hours or the material or the number of training, how much he has done. That is the that is which is a, and this measure is the lead measure, means a proactive step which we take and we set the target. So this is a lead measure. Now, as we have in our as per our topic, we will be discussing this with respect to the project department of an organization which executes project. As we know, the project department itself do not initiate the project. It is initiated by the production department, operating department, or some similar other department, sometimes by the environmental department, safety department, any department they initiate. Generally, the project department, they do not initiate the project. And this project are initiated to meet certain objectives, certain target goals, the vision of the organization, or as a part of the mission. So in order to meet the target goal or the vision to, uh, to move as per the according to the mission, the project are required to be completed within the time schedule, within the assigned cost, encompassing the complete scope. Here, as we are repeating again, the BSC measures are selected on yearly basis and monitored quarterly. The main focus of project department BSC is projects under progress in that very year. The project department may be, say, executing 10 projects in a year, and those may be in different phases, stages. Some might be in the front-end engineering and design stage, some may be in the bidding, tendering and bidding stage, some while other may be in the construction stage. So, and each will be, there may be that the completion date itself of the project falls during that year. And a project generally, it if it is in the construction stage especially, its duration are more than a year. So in that case, how we calculate the performance. Either we set, okay, during the first quarter, the progress percentage should be this, next quarter it should be this, third quarter it may be something more, and in the fourth quarter it shall be something more. Or we set a milestone target that, okay, during the first quarter it should reach this milestone, second quarter it should reach the next milestone. For example, if I give, like, we should have uh, set a target that, okay, during the second quarter certain long lead item should be delivered at site. Then next, at the end of the year, we may say that, okay, a particular installation shall be completed. So these are some things like a milestones target. Similarly, for bidding and tendering, which are, if the project are in the front end in the feed stage or the bidding or tendering stage, we can say that, okay, the feed should be this much completed by first quarter, second quarter it should be this much, third quarter it should be completed itself. Similarly, or the fourth quarter it should get complete. Similarly, for the bidding and tendering, we can also give some milestones, like during the first quarter, we will issue the tender to the bidder. During the second quarter, we should finalize the award recommendation. During the third quarter, we should sign the contract. Then apart from this, there are some associated measures, like to enhance the skills of their personnel. There may be some trainings to the persons. So what I have previously explained is the customer perspective, that we should execute the project on time, meet the milestones, and deliver that project timely within the cost and encompassing the scope. Because project department itself is not the initiator, it is initiated by other department, and they become the internal customer for the project department. Then there are some associated measures which may be lead or lag. The other associated measures are like that, okay, uh, like internal, uh, under internal perspective. The first one what we explained is the customer perspective. Second, we come to internal perspective. So under the internal perspective, we may say, feel like that, okay, to enhance our project delivery, we should have some our internal process we should improve. So we may revise the procedure, we may introduce new checklist, we may, so that our process become more efficient. So we put some of the measures that, okay, this year we will do this, or we will implement this lesson learned from the previous so from the previous project. So those are, there may be some those type of measures there which are also there under the second, like internal perspective or the process perspective, interprocess perspective. The third may be like financial perspective. So one common example is that capex planned versus capex actual capex. So what is the capex? Capex is the capital expenditure. Since many of the times when we do the project, we add to the asset and which gives the return. So so that whatever we are spending, those are the capital expenditures. So a certain amount of money is reserved for the projects and which we are which a project department is supposed to utilize during that year. If it it underutilizes, those unutilized portion of the money is of no benefit during that year. So we should not have something like that we don't utilize to the full. And it also indirectly points that, okay, if we are not utilizing that means we are not executing the project properly. So we see that, okay, we fix a target that, okay, capex expenditure should be, say, 85%, 90%, and based on that, we know how much we have achieved in action. That is under the financial perspective. Then the last perspective is learning and growth. We train the personnel to for better delivery of the project, for a safe delivery of the project. And we set the training, and at the end of the year, we see, okay, how much they have done, how much they have enhanced their skill. So that is, those measures are under the learning and growth. There may be some common measures uh, not specific to the project department, but cascaded down from the organizational level. As we have explained that under customer perspective, project progress or milestone is generally included as project indicator in the internal customer perspective. And why is it that? Because when we deliver the project to our internal customer to the other department, they this project support them to meet certain objective goal and to achieve to support the vision of the company. So these are generally the lag measure because we when we just we just evaluate it uh, at the end of the evaluation period. We see how much is achieved. Under financial measure, capex is generally included as it relates to the proper utilization of fund. Then under the internal or process perspective, here lesson learned, best practice, procedure revision are included, lost time injury, and all these things are included. Under learning and growth, generally training is included. These are the lead measures. A sample of balanced scorecard, if we can see here, measure the key performance measure under different perspective are there, and type of those measures, what are the type of those measures, lag or lead, then if we evaluate, we say, okay, what is the threshold target? I mean, threshold is the minimum. So target, what is the stretch? So if you can see that, okay, mechanical completion of project is a milestone. And for project B, those are under customer perspective. Then project B overall progress, we see that there is a percentage progress. In financial perspective, that is the capex, capital expenditure. Internal perspective, we have lesson learned, issued, and innovation. Maybe we can say that in the procedure, revision of the procedure. Then under the learning and growth perspective, number of training hours per employee, that is a lead measure. And when we do the evaluation quarterly basis, we give a year to date actual, and we see, okay, where we reached. If we have the quarterly plan, then we can see, or even if we have the yearly plan, we can see the trend. We can also add another column, year end forecast, so we can see the, okay, where we are moving. Then we give the indicator that a traffic light type of thing, that okay, if we are on the target, if we are above target, then another shade of green or blue. If we are at between threshold and target, we may give it yellow, and if we are below threshold, we may give it. And KPI is the key performance indicator. It's for an individual. Generally, BSC measures are generally cascaded to individual levels, and some other additional measures are also included. Individual development are included to develop, to train the person, develop for better performance. Best practices, lessons, and training attendance are included. Safety aspects are also included. This way, we come to an end. Before concluding, we should say that, okay, any measure, any KPI or key performance measure should be SMART. By SMART, we mean S stand for specific, M for measurable, E for attainable, R for reasonable, and T for time bound. With that, we come to the end. Thank you.